Not the little Quay, but the big Quay. I have no questions.
Okay. Miss Amber, questions.
Yes, and so this question is for Big Quay. So did you know the rules before you, like once you started and you saw everything, all the commotion, did they display any type of rules before you were able to go on and do your set, do your performance? Did you have any knowledge of any rules?
Like I said, the only rule that I can say honestly that I heard or read was that common cousin that said something about having on all black, and it was only one. So, I mean, I guess that was the only person that was kind of bothered about by what I had on. But like I said, I think that rule had already been, tucked away because nobody was coming up to perform, from my understanding.
Jurors, they say y'all not listening and taking notes. I don't know why they saying it, but pay attention, guys, because this is a good case. Essie.
I don't have any questions.
Oh, girl, somebody done got me a gift. Rose. Period. Let them know. Thank you, Rose. Period. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Y'all keep purchasing a lipstick. I'm not lying. I'm over here having my good drink, and I just like her lipstick because it don't come off.
Judge, Judge, I did see that.
Back to the because this lipstick I needed some. Go ahead.
No, I just saw you taking a sip. Would I be able to maybe potentially crack open this bottle of Casamigos in here?
We have Gatorade in the juice on.
Just Gatorade, no me. Okay, I'll put that back.
Can I ask a question?
No, that is juice drink. Get you open it up, crack the seal.
I have a question.
Understood.
Yes, let's get into it. Quay, I do have some more questions for you,
okay,
Miss Quay. We clank in here. Miss Quay, I want to reflect on some of the questions that were asked to Mr. Manning and Drop Queen earlier. You really didn't know about any rules. Did you know about any monetary gifts that will be given during this participation?
By the time I was performing, I kind of knew. It's like you could tell that things were being set in place as we kind of went.
Okay. You did state earlier that you asked if you needed to, if your outfit was okay, and you were told by the ones that were participating or putting it on, that you were okay in what you had on. So with that being said, no rules were broke. Did you know, and I think I asked this earlier, but did you participate with any type of props? Did you have props?
No, I didn't have props, but I could have had props. I have a full bar in my house, so in all honesty, it could have went like, I wanted it to go, and I feel like, that they did have some pretty good props. It was unfortunate that they didn't light, but
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Rob, don't come in here acting like.
No, thank you so much to my client. I got you.
She's saying you're doing a good job.
We're gonna send it on
here. Let the record
here.
state as well that she's in here listening as well as she was the other day. So, as well as she's keeping up with this story, she could have kept up with that one.
Could you please not address my client and continue to talk to the judge? Thank you. Thank you so much. Please do not refer to my client. Please do not refer to my client.
Here we go, because there go Pisces. She not.
Yeah, please don't refer to my client.
They not Pisces to do that. No, like we want you here in the Jew job, and we understand. But you could have paid your restitution fees for you got here, sir. Because don't do that. Because here we go. Listen here, Miss Quay. Let's get back into the case. Whoa, big Pisces and not the little one. It sounds as if you did not have to be in dress code. I just heard you say that you did not have props. Is there a reason why you did not have props? Because it sounds as if when you got there that you were at least to have props. Is there a reason why you did not participate with props?
Absolutely. It was because I wasn't made aware. And had I been made aware, I definitely would have came prepared because I love a friendly competition, or even if it's just we kicking it, we just chilling, whatever. We vibing, right? I love that. And so, in all actuality, I would have had the props. Like I said, I have a full bar, so I could have had my little Don Julio Acapulco on my head, but I didn't, and that's okay. And that was one of the setbacks for me, if you really think about it, because I wasn't made aware of everything that I could have done to win.
Right. So you did not. You had the audience is saying you had props. Could you tell me what your props consisted of?
If they're talking about the plate in the cup, everybody had the plate in the cup. So when I say props, I'm saying something that was original. Nobody helped, something that was added but not required.
Everybody had the plate of the cups.
Something that was added that was not required. Let me finish my sentence. Thank you.
Your Honor, Honeybees had a family emergency. She had to abruptly leave the court due to a family emergency. If you want to replace that juror with someone, you can.
I do.
All righty.
For the gifts, I really appreciate it, y'all. Thank y'all so much. We really appreciate the gifts.
Thank y'all for the gifts.
Okay, Kevin. So are you going to drop, and I'm going to bring up, I'm looking.
I was looking at that while it was down there, but go ahead and do it. I'm
So
gonna drop
who do you think we should do? On Purpose, Bistro, Lynn, Siobhan.
Yvonne's too close to FOE, so you have to do someone who's not. I got your second case already picked.
Bistro.
I got you. That's fine.
A Bistro would be nice because we will have a male up here.
That's fine. You can't go ahead and do that. And I got your second case already filled with your
we got
jury.
Randolph is already another male, so that'll give it a good balance. 2 men. Okay, and I'll be ready to hear the next case. So is Bistro up here? Here we go. So Big Quay, not the little one.
Your Honor.
I have to get into
Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Briefly, if you'll allow the indulgence, I slightly object to being distanced by saying I'm not close to FOE. I mean, I'm not. I like and appreciate being up here, but I don't want it to be held against me for future considerations. For them to be saying I'm not close to FOE, that's just not fair. I'm close to everybody. Okay, I'll go
I wanted a male up here, but I know you'll be fair. But they gonna say that you close to me because I did meet you. I was all about them slushes and stuff, them smoothies. And he is my moderator when I do reach for my men. He and has been. Okay, Bistro, thank you for your honesty. We got to drop him, y'all. And plus, he did give me the this is good. I gave the this is good to me, but he gave a plus. So, Mr. Randolph is back. I see Shannon and the real Shantae. The real Shantae, UFOE. I don't know what you're doing down there. So, Big Quay, let's get into you performing and the way you were treated. Let's get into that. Mr. Randolph, do you have any questions for Big Quay before we get into how it came down to Drop Queen cursing and being this upset? Randolph, do you have any questions?
No, everything's still going well.
Okay, so if you'll mute up, if everybody will mute up. Big Quay, you perform. You have your props. You've been told, you've been cleared. Basically, to me, that I hear you did nothing wrong. You did what you walked into and you performed the way that you were asked to perform. How did you become the drag portion to Drop Queen's disappointment, it sounds like, and her daughter not winning? And then I want to know, how did the judges, or how did it come to who actually won the now competition?
I feel like
we are going to see the performances. We are. When somebody send it to the 48 numbers in my bio, I have not seen the performances. If anybody has the performances for both contestants, I would like to show those tonight. Could somebody send those to the 480 number in my bio? Go ahead, Quay. I'm sorry.
So I will say that I feel like after I did win the competition, winner, chicken dinner, after I won, I was treated so badly And I actually thought that drop coming up initially was a joke, like funny, being funny, but because it was so light, it was fun. Everybody was having, it was a time was had Mother's Day weekend with the competition. They did their big one. But when drop came up and said what she said, I actually thought that she wasn't serious. And I came up and I said, "Now drop, queen." And upon me, while I'm saying "now drop, queen," it did get loud, but drop queen went on to call me a bitch.
Wow. Had you said anything to deserve being called a bitch?
Absolutely not.
So you being called a bitch was solely on you won this alleged competition.
Absolutely.
Speculation. There's no proof of
Absolutely.
that.
That's very much proof. It's proof in the pudding.
Can't tell me what Drop Queen's mentality was. I'm so sorry, and please don't refer to my client. Objection, Judge.
Let the record show that we can't strike that from the records, but it was done in 4K. But we
So it's
will
pretty clear.
Respectfully, didn't mind if it was done in 8K. I don't think that Big Quay can tell the reason that my client did anything. We can only go with facts, not
Well,
speculation.
it's gonna have to be speculation because
I
nobody
don't
knows.
think this juke
Nobody knows what's
allows
going on.
speculation because
Yeah,
that
they
was
do.
so
Mr. King,
important.
hold on. Order in the
Like
juke
this.
joint.
Thank you.
Will you be allowing for your client to speak?
I'm gonna speak for her.
Okay, since you are speaking for her respectfully,
You can't
do
argue for
you
her.
know why Drop Queen called Quay a bitch after hearing, hear me out, Mr. King, Quay was not knowledge on rules. She had no knowledge on anything other than the props from what we gather. Since you are speaking for Miss Drop Queen, could you let us know why she called this young lady a bitch because she won?
Yes, I did actually speak with my client, and she just said that it was because she felt disrespected by the competition as a whole. So the reason is because she felt disrespected.
He was intimidated,
I was
not
just.
disrespected.
I
Because
will
I
say
never
this,
disrespected her. So let's
Judge.
speak
May I
facts
speak?
and not
Judge, may I?
speculation. Thank you.
Judge, am I being attacked right now?
I'm a lawyer as well. I'm
Order
representing myself,
the
babe,
juke joint,
and that's
Miss
an
Quay, if
objection.
you could please. No outbursts to the juke joint. No outbursts.
Appreciate that, Judge Trendsetter.
Let's continue on in a professional way so we can come to a great verdict. Big Quay and not the lit one. Overstood. So you're getting cursed out. You're up there. Had you received your reward yet before the cursing?
No,
You had
I
not received.
I was just made aware of the $100. So I know they said that they were saying something about the $100, but that could have been when I was putting my slides and my slippers on. I didn't hear nothing about the $100, but after the fact, and he did tell me that, to send him a Cash App request. And so, that's when I knew about the $100. And I also want to say just one thing, and y'all can let me know if I'm out of line for it. But if the whole thing was FOE, and you know how hard FOE come, quote unquote, that's verbatim from her mouth, you know how they do. Why would you allow your daughter to perform after I performed first? If that was going to trigger you so bad, why let her perform after me? And you know how we coming, if that's the case.
Okay, I have a question. Good question. And we do have to realize that she is representing herself. So she does get a little leeway before we get into the jurors. Big Quay and not the lit one. When it came down to voting, how did they determine you being the winner? Was it Manning and Queen Jules? Was it the audience? How did they determine, and how did they determine your win?
So basically, out of the 3 categories, which is what I was made aware of prior to, out of the 3 categories, I won 2. So Manny and Queen Jules never had to actually put their voting caps on because I had already won 2 of the 3 categories. So I won by the coins and I won by the poll. And it's not even like I won by a long shot for it to just be like, oh, FOE came and did the rah-rah. I didn't even win by a lot. I won by 10% on the poll. And I seen some of the FOE people voting for whip. And I was okay with that. Like,
With that being said, it sounds like a fair judgment was made. It sounds like you didn't have anything to do with the judgment. It sounds like some of FOE said no, her daughter. I don't know how it went from being a competition from the daughter to the mom. And Mr. King, maybe you can help us with that a little later. But it sounds a little fair to me. In fact, a lot fair when it comes down. Let's get into the jurors. Miss Joyce, does any juror have any questions right now for Quay before we turn her over to Mr. King? And then we will move on to possible deliberations if we will not be hearing from Miss Drop Queen. Let's tap the screen. We want to get to 700K before we get to the full deliberations, but this is good to me. We do need to hear from our jurors. Jurors, are there any jurors?
Judge, can I say one? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, Judge, I'm going to go ahead and ask my client, would you like to come up and speak to this case? And you don't have to answer any questions from anybody. I'll answer the questions. You can just speak directly to the judge.
Okay.
With that being said, before she come, Kevin is saying, and then Quay, we going to hear from you, but Kevin is saying we need a tap break. And so let's go ahead and get y'all to tap in. If you have not tapped in, we do want you to.
I have a question.
Okay, Miss Essie, we'll get the questions out. Y'all give us a second. But we got to get a tap break.
If you want to be on top, yeah.
City won. Give me a second.
Or two, need your or two, baby. Or two. Take a tick or two.
Give me a tick or two. Hold on. Hold on. This is good to me. So I went all the way to Atlanta from Texas and didn't get no damn trophy. No award. You know what? I got to get up on the carpet. I got to get on the microphone. But I didn't win. And I was FOE'd in. So we didn't drag Chastity because y'all said she was funnier than me. A bitch still get a giggle. It ain't about competition. It's about knowing your position in life. If one man can, you can too. So with that being said, did Quay win because she's FOE or because she's Quay? Because I didn't win because I was FOE.
May I answer that?
No.
It's not up for discussion. It's only used as a paraphrase. I'm only paraphrasing. Because at the end of the day, that was just a couple of months ago to me. That was September.
Can I say something, Judge?
This is good. Hold on, you can't either, ma'am. Mirk up. It's not about competition. It's not. It's quality over quantity. Chastity is funny as fuck. And I love her. So when my sister got another, when everybody said she was funnier than me, my sister won. You hear me? Good. Come on, somebody good-hearted. It wasn't about the competition. I was still happy because my sister won in real life. Chastity funny. I love her. So I wasn't rubbing shoulders with her on that level. So my thing is, Munchkin said we're both funny. How did Quay not get those same accolades instead of it's a competition? Manny stated earlier that he didn't want it to be a competition because people were going to get in their feelings once it turned into a competition. He was just trying to do a good gesture. But I'm not into deliberation. Jurors, do you have any questions for Big Quay? If not, we do have to leave her into the hands of Mr. Bray King at this time.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Essie.
My question.
This is good to me.
I heard Drop say on Manny's panel that she realized that they were also judging because of the gifts. So, Quay, before she decided to call you out of your name for no reason, while you were on the panel, at any point did she ask for clarification? Once she saw that people were gifting, did she ask for clarification, or did she just, again, decide to disrespect you because her daughter lost?
This is
Yeah,
good to
I feel
me.
like it was solely because her daughter lost, to be honest, or her daughter lost to me, because she said out of her own mouth that her daughter could have lost to anybody, and she wouldn't have felt the way. So
No point did she ask for clarification when she saw that maybe things were different or whatever it was. She never took the initiative to ask or inquire
no,
anything.
she just accused everybody of cheating for me and telling me that I know I didn't win that, which I don't know how I would have known I didn't win. I thought I did pretty damn good, from the public speaking to the accolades to the little walk to the body yaddy to the cute face, no makeup, no hair done. I mean, I thought I did what I came to do. I did exactly what they told me.
You're on, let's
Thank
keep
you.
it to the audience voting for you and
Thank
not
you.
you voting for yourself.
Yes, thank you, Judge.
Big Quay, just so we won't have any confrontation or confusion.
Okay, thank you. That's all I wanted to know.
Yes, thank you so much.
I have a
Are
question,
there
Your
any
Honor.
other jurors with questions before we get over to Mr. Breaker? Do y'all love it here? Because this is code where we can understand and hear this shit, man. This is good to me. Any other jurors?
Joyce,
Mr. Randolph, you've been up here talking about you listening. Have you listened enough to know what the fuck is going on?
I just had a question
Yes, I have a question for Quay.
I did have one question for Quay.
Joyce had a question too, Your Honor.
Go ahead. Let's get the question from the jurors. Please. Damn.
So, Quay, do you feel that when Drop Queen came up and disrespected you on the live because you won, do you feel it was personal, or do you feel it was directed because you was part of FOE?
I feel a little bit of both, to be honest. I feel like it was more about me just coming from FOE, though, if I had to choose one.
Objection, Your Honor. I'm wondering, is this a court of facts or a court of feelings?
She's asking me a question.
You're
I
right.
answered it.
Overruled. Rashid lookalike, you got to rephrase that question. You sound like her, you look like her. You confused me for a second, but I see who you are now. We're going to need you to please ask her a different question, or would you be done with that? Okay, period, poo. We got us one over here at FOE too, y'all. We got us a Rashi over here. You're damn right. We got the big ones over here, because I love Rashi. Diamond, we got us one. Go ahead, Joyce. Come on, somebody. Go on. This is good to me. Go ahead, Joyce.
Already answered my question, Judge.
Okay, so you done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was just me, Quay. I was just gonna ask you,
Judge, I was going to ask the judge if she didn't want to rephrase the question, could that be stricken from the record about how she feels?
So no. Go ahead, huh?
I was asking, could it be stricken from the record since she didn't rephrase the question and it was a question about feelings?
Thank you, sir. Let the record show, Pumpkin and Peaches, both of you. Remove that from the last phrase. We cannot use it. Miss Joyce, you should have asked another question, girl. Niece going to get you a ride, girl. That's all right, Joyce. You doing your big one. Nah. Is there any other questions for Miss? Y'all gonna get off the judge.
Amber said.
I just had a question for Quay. Quay. So the daughter of the Queen Drop, or the Miss Drop Queen, she didn't say anything to you at all? Like, did she congratulate you? Like, everything was all good after that?
No,
with the daughter?
I actually never got a congratulations after receiving my victory. Victory is mine, yeah. But after receiving,
don't celebrate, court. We ain't out of court. Come on, somebody.
I already won now. But listen, after celebrating the victory, I was trying to come back and give the daughter, her accolades because she was a beautiful woman, and I see she had time to sit down and get her makeup and, get together. I wasn't so lucky to have all of this time,
Okay.
So I tried to give her flowers, but in that instance, I was called bitches and told not to give her daughter no flowers. And
This is almost embarrassing, but we go try not to get to the embarrassing state. That's what we try to do tonight is get away from embarrassing. But there will be a question on the poll tonight. Is this embarrassing for her daughter? Because her daughter is the one that competed, Mr. King. We do. Are there any other jurors that has anything to say before we move on to Mr. King questioning Quay?
Yes. Can I chime in for a moment?
Mr. Randolph.
Yes. From the conception of the statement that Mr. Manning made, which he was the orator of the whole event, and he did not set the rules or guidelines for the event. And then as it progressed, then the rules began to change. So there was no real understanding of what the rule was from the beginning. And as we know, Miss Shell or Miss Quay won the event, and then Drop Queen had her issue because her daughter did not. So pretty much so, Manny was the orator of the whole situation from the beginning.
I don't know how to screenshot this file.
Are you asking me that, Randolph?
Yeah. Well, is this what he asking? Because I do have a question. I don't know who put it on, but
I didn't hear a question, Judge. I think he deliberated.
But listen, but dissing MF, or I think it's dissing an effort, disanonymous and effort. Again, I ask, is this case about the unorganized contest or the disrespectful mom manager?
The disorganization of the whole event. The disorganization of the whole event. And Braid King is just speaking for Drop Queen, but actually the infraction came from the beginning. The conception was with Manny and not laying down the rule.
I can't even speak. I am supposed to speak for my client, sir.
That's true. I understand that.
But Randolph, I don't know if you had caught this part, but the record did state that Manny said that after Drop decided that she was no longer going to be a judge so her daughter can compete, that the rules could change to his discretion because she's no longer a part of it.
Correct.
I made that statement from the beginning.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So with that being said, no other jurors? Mr. Braid King, we will allow for you. And Miss Quay, again, we must ask you the question. You are representing yourself, am I correct?
Yes.
Mr. Braid King, you may now question the witness. You guys, please tap the screen. 900K, and it's up and it's stuck. She's representing herself. Go ahead, Clay.
So with that being said, Judge, I will go ahead and begin my cross-examination.
Yes.
Miss Quay, how are you doing today?
How you doing, traitor?
Okay, got
it. Picture, strike that. Strike that from the record. Please.
It'll be a galaxy soon. I'm wondering, well, first of all, on behalf of my client and her daughter, I would like to extend a congratulations. Congratulations for being the winner of the competition.
Thank you so much. That is well appreciated, actually.
You're welcome. And me knowing you from around the way, I do know that you are not a sore loser and you have a very beautiful spirit and soul. As Ms. Anitra stated in her comparison to Miss Chastity, she stated the good things and the positivity about the situation with her. So I want to just set the atmosphere. Could you please speak to what you thought about my client's daughter and how she did in the competition and what you think about her as a person?
So I don't know her as a person, so we have to rule that one out.
From her answers of the questions, of course.
From her answers of the questions, I think she's aspiring to be a young artist, and I think she's doing great. Let the record state she is a beautiful woman. And I mean, I have nothing bad to say about her. She didn't wrong me. It was her mama. Now, if you ask
Exactly.
me about her mom, then
No, I didn't. I said that I actually asked you the correct question because I know you and I know you have nothing but positive things to say about the daughter. So I
Right.
did want to set the atmosphere and let it be known that it's not
Mr.
necessarily
King, how
you.
is this relevant to the case?
I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you
Please
right now.
explain to the Junjong.
I got it. My question and what I want to know is how she felt about the competition as a whole and about the organization. So that's to lead into the organization. But I'll jump straight into it. Quay, do you feel like the competition was organized or could it have been more organized?
to be honest, from where I came in, it was organized.
It was organized. So I'm glad you said that. Um, when you first got in the competition, about how many times were the rules had to be explained to you?
Once.
Okay, so uh, I will say this, Judge. I do spot a lie. If I can recall, Big Quay got up there twerking to her own music and shit, and then they had to explain the rules, and then she had to walk back to the camera, and then they had to explain the rules again. Then she walked with a cup without a plate. Then they had to explain the rules again and said it was too easy and go get the plate.
No, that wasn't
So
them explaining the rules. That I'm sorry for
you don't
interrupting.
remember them explaining
That
the
was
rules about
actually
3 or 4
that
times?
was actually them letting me know what the rules were. That was the first time I
Right.
came
And
up.
how many times did they have to
When
say
I
it? Because
came
you were
up, he
dancing, you
told
were
me.
walking. Excuse me, I'm speaking.
When I
You were
came up, he
dancing, you were
told
Point
me
of
walking,
order,
you
the
to
were
walk with
doing
Junjong.
it till
that.
you're
Do
moving.
we have
I'm
evidence of how
speaking.
many times?
I'm
One.
speaking. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Do we have evidence of how many times?
The thing is, when I came to the camera, they played my song. When they played my song, they told me something about a model walk. I did the model walk. Then they said the plate and the cup. I went and got the plate and the
That's
cup.
2 times.
They said walk. This is different things. I'm thinking this is different areas in
No,
like what I
okay,
just
so
did.
maybe you're not understanding the question. Do you remember walking with the cup without the plate? Yes or no?
I never walked with the cup without the plate. I walked with
You
the
don't?
plate
Okay,
without the
so
cup.
perfect. There's another lie. So you have lied twice. Do you remember
I
walking with the
walked with the
cup?
plate
Give me
without
1
the
second,
cup.
Quay. Let me speak and ask the question. You
You
walked
have
with
to
the
give
cup.
her a chance
He said he
to.
She's
lied.
lying, Your Honor.
My lord, is
She's
this
her
must
own
be drop
lawyer as
point?
well, so I do have to. This is not just a normal situation, Your Honor. I can handle this situation with prejudice for the aspect of she is the lawyer and the witness. It's crazy that she was in the competition and she doesn't remember walking with that plate. Without the
Objection. I
plate,
never said I didn't
give
walk
me
with the
1
plate.
second, lady.
Give
Objection.
her a
I'm a
second
grown ass
because
woman.
it
I don't.
makes it seem as if though you're calling her a liar.
She's
But
That's
lying
more
exactly
to
what
her
he's doing.
answer.
because she lied.
You're
I'm
begging
calling
me
her a
to
liar
please
because
let
she
her
lied.
answer, Mr. King. Let
Okay,
her
go ahead.
answer. Let her complete.
I see that the judge
Please.
has a lot of characteristics like the client. However, I will continue to say when I came up, I was told what to do. And in that manner, I did exactly what needed to be done to win that competition as I did. So I'm not really sure what the me walking with a cup or a plate or without a cup or a plate has to do with how many rules was enforced, because that wasn't even a rule. That was instructions, babe. It's a difference.
I completely understand, and I do apologize, Judge. Let me get it back together. I will ask this
I
question.
heard you pop that bottle.
Just
Put the
let
cap
the
on it.
records inflect. Please reflect and inflect, both of them, that he has refrained and apologized. She was not given rules, but only instructions. Continue.
So this is what I'll ask then, since she is having a little bit of cognitive dissonance. I will say this, Big Quay, do you remember walking with a cup in your hand and twerking and Manny calling you back to the front and saying, that was too easy. You need to get a plate and put that cup on that plate. Do you remember that?
Absolutely
Yes or
not. That
no?
never happened. I walked
Okay.
with a plate without the cup.
Mm-mm.
Yes, huh?
Oh, you forgot. Ooh-wee.
And even if I did, oh well, it's instructions.
Oh, no, it's not even if I did. I'm stating that you are now lying. There is
That
proof.
can't
Give
be
me
a
1
lie.
second. It's my turn to speak, right?
It's not.
Can you give me, Judge, is it my turn or her turn? I'll ask the judge.
I would like to know, do you, Mr. King, have the videos of the competition?
It was a plate,
I
not
do.
the
So,
cup by itself.
give me 1 second. I have evidence. So I would love to prove it. at the beginning of the competition, Big Quay did walk with a cup, and the host of the competition stated, "Hey, that was too easy for you. You need to put that on a plate." And Big Quay went and stated that she only had glass plates, and then got
No,
a big white
because when
plate
I
from
got
a
my plate, I
china
got my cup
cabinet.
and my plate
I
together.
don't
I brought them
understand,
to the
Judge,
camera
because when I'm
together.
speaking, I keep hearing somebody speak.
Because
So
you're
I'll wait.
lying. So objection, you're lying now. I know what I did. I'm very grown, very mature.
Can we see footage? Police exhibits. It's time now for
It's
exhibit.
time. Bring them out.
Have another device,
Bring
but I
up, bring
know
out
that
the
at the
exhibit.
same time we could get the clip.
Get the clip of me walking with that cup without that plate. Because one thing about it,
I
when I
would
went to the
love
kitchen,
to.
I
Better
brought
yet,
the
I'm gonna go get another device.
listen,
It's hard.
I
Braid.
would love to see. In
Braid.
fact, let's have Mr. Manny.
Let me say this.
Are you
Manny maybe
still
explain.
here?
Yeah. Could Manny maybe explain?
I said I have glass cups. I went and got my glass plate. He said when I walk with the plate, I was doing my little model walk with the plate. He said, no, that's too easy. Go put a cup on it. And I remember going to get a mason jar because I didn't want to mess up my glass
Okay,
cup.
correct. Okay, correct. Okay, wait.
Thank
So you
you.
walked with the plate first, and then you went and got a cup.
Thank you. Which one is it going to be? Is it a lie or is it the
Are
truth?
you
It'll
now
be the second one.
changing your Mr. King? Hear me out. Mr. King, are you now stating that this young lady went and got a mason jar?
Because I don't have the proof in front of my face. I'm stating we're just speaking. We don't have any evidence right now, so I can't restate anything. We're at the same level.
Okay, let the Peaches, I know your pen probably out of ink. Let the record show that Mr. King is alleged.
He retracted already. He said that he was going to go.
At all.
Oh, I could have sworn.
These are all allegations. We cannot charge Miss Quay guilty of any of the allegations that were stated previously. With that being said, please dismiss anything that he stated.
That line of questioning, I'll go ahead and put that down. I'm also putting the bottle of Casamigos down so I can
Go back to the drawing board. Thank you.
Let me.
Let's
No, I
keep
don't
this
have
as
to go.
professional as possible. Thank
I
you.
will say this, ma'am, and Judge, I'm going to go back to being professional. Do you mind maybe letting Miss Quay know? Please stop interrupting me and let me know the same thing. I'm tired of it.
Likewise, babe.
Wait, I have another question to you.
I have another answer.
Do you know the host of the competition outside of TikTok?
I have met Manny one time at the birthday weekend for Auntie Nitra.
The weekend that you're referring to, is that the judge of this case?
Man, say.
Yes or no? We'll do.
You are, yes.
Okay, so the host of the competition that you won, you met outside of this, and you've partied with the host, correct?
Objection, relevance.
I know you're lying and you don't
No, the relevance.
Objection,
is
relevance.
No, I'll tell you the relevance. There's no.
All in the juke joint. Hear me out. We cannot compare that because if my records show me straight,
Judge,
you
I was just taking shots with you, King.
You was just taking shots
No,
with her.
Judge, I know, but I wasn't
And-
hosting. Judge, I wasn't hosting the competition.
In the car with her, and this is recently in the car with her after eat with her
on breakfast
Right,
together.
correct.
We breakfast.
Judge, may I say something?
because
Judge,
they don't
Judge,
know,
may I-
but we
Judge,
know.
Judge, may I say something to you to explain maybe why I say that? I have met Big Quay, the person that I'm speaking to. We have went out and drank. We've done a lot of things. We've turned up together.
Was this recently, sir?
This was maybe 3 to 4 weeks ago. The reason that I asked this question
Sir,
is,
did she pick you up from the airport within weeks ago?
Judge, may I answer?
Yes or no? It's a yes or no
If
question.
this is a yes or no, did she pick you up from the airport when you went to Dallas?
She did.
Thank you.
Okay, so with that being said,
No, Judge, I didn't get Judge, you're missing it. You're missing it, Judge. I didn't host no competition that she won.
But Manny also didn't get to vote in
Wait,
that
hold on.
competition. He didn't get to vote in
I'm
that competition
asking-
that I won. So that
Wait,
is,
hold on
that
one
is
second.
irrelevant. There's no relevancy. He
Give
didn't
me a
never get to
moment.
vote.
I'm asking because the host of the competition and the winner of the competition were linking up, dancing at a 50th birthday bash. So I'm stating that there could have been some biases because there's no way that You
Objection.
come and we meet up in real life. We party, we dance together. Then
Objection.
you come win a competition. That's
Objection.
it,
Manny
that's
did
all.
not vote, so that
I'm
is no
done.
Listen here. Hold on, sir. You were doing good. But you're almost looking like you're the person that you're representing here. We trying to keep at least one of y'all together. Go on mute, get you another shot, but don't take too many if it's making you look like her.
Like I said, relevance.
You're here to represent, and you damn near you finna need a lawyer. You're
But it's okay, Judge. I'm still here with
you
y'all.
finna need an attorney.
I
But
am
with
still here
that
with you all,
being
Judge. I'm
said,
sorry. I will apologize for the outburst, Judge. If I do need a galaxy, I can give one. And that was it's just passion. It's not anger or anything else, Judge. I'm passionate about my client.
Well, Bray, since I'm representing myself, I would also like to counter that by saying that Manny was never given the opportunity to vote because I had already run 2 of the 3 categories. So with that being said, it would be relevance, like I said, that it doesn't.
Relevance my question would be, was Manny the host of the live? Yes
It
or no?
doesn't matter. He didn't sway anybody's decisions.
Judge,
when
it's a
it
yes
came
or no
down to the
question.
poll or the gifts.
We're back to yes or
He
no
didn't get to
question.
vote for
We're
me
back
on
to
the
yes or
poll.
no
with that
question.
He
being
didn't get to say
said,
the gifts.
hear me out.
Was Manny the host? Yes or no?
Manny was the host. Yes.
I don't think. Hear me out.
Welcome.
Let's bring to the court's attention that the birthday party, which was April the 12th, the actual birthday, has nothing to do with the competition. The judge has not yet seen the footage. I think that we, the jurors, and the judge would like to now see this footage that has us here in the juke joint. Once we see this footage, we will hear our deliberations from the jurors as well as from me, and then coming cousin jurors. It's up to you to decide, is Drop Queen guilty? And I do need to ask another question. Was this competition mishandled? Is the mistake in the hand of the 2 people, 3, and I must say, hear me out. Drop Queen, if you are listening, had you, maybe I should say this for deliberation, but it seems like to me that you were in the wrong position. Had you been in the position that you were signed up for, we might not be here. Maybe you should have just called your daughter and told your daughter that there was a competition, and you still either been told you can't be a judge or you stand down.
Judge, can I say
It
something?
seemed like you fumbled the ball. And so we're back to who's guilty here today, or is she? Quay is not on trial here, and we must move on.
After
I say
Quay
one
asks
thing,
her to
Judge?
say something, may I say my one thing to finish my thing too?
Let's get into it.
So my one thing that I do want to say is the reason why I said relevance and Manny did not judge is just as well as you're trying to come at me with that, which it has no relevancy, so it don't hold no weight, no water. So there's no rhyme or reason to even ask me that.
Finish,
However,
don't address
let me
me.
finish, babe. Let me
Don't
finish.
address me, then.
However, Drop is Manny's mod, so why wasn't I intimidated?
Understood. Was that your ending statement? Was that it?
That's my closing statement, babe.
Thank you. And may I get mine now, Judge, as well?
You may, and then we'll go to the jurors because we got to get to the juke joint jurors.
The end of my ending statements for this, is this the closing statements as a whole or just after Quay speaks?
Closing statements. This it. You better make it your
Okay,
business.
gotcha. All right. So this is my thing, Judge. When you first came on here, you wanted to know if Drop has reason to maybe be upset. And did she go too far? I don't think Quay is at fault. I don't think Drop's daughter is at fault. I don't want it to be Quay the victim. I think that the competition was more so not organized. And when there's a competition and rules aren't followed and there's a lot and you lose the
Do you think
competition,
I won the competition?
please let me finish, ma'am.
Do you think I won, sir?
Please.
Quay. Next outburst, Miss Quay. I'm so sorry. You will be owing a galaxy to the juke joint.
I think that's a person that would be at fault.
Deliberation, and we must hear from Mr. King.
Thank you. I think that the person that's at fault would be the host of the competition if I was to say anything. The question is, does my client have any reason to feel upset? If there's a competition where I enter the competition at certain times. I still make sure that the attire is done and everything is done. And then other people are maybe disrespected the competition. I feel like the rules were broken and it wasn't taken serious. I think that people do have reason to, be upset. I think Quay is the rightful victor of the competition. Please do not get it twisted. I just think that the question being, does Drop have reason to be upset? I do think so, because we have proven in this court case that there has been many change the rules, many improvisations, potential ability for biases there. We've established many things. So I don't think that Quay is at fault, but I do think that there could have been more organization to take less anger out of the situation when it comes to my client potentially losing the battle. That's what I'll say.
Potentially, she did lose the battle.
Say this, in my opinion, she won the battle and you lost it.
She said I won.
With that being said, we
With that
will
being said,
have
I lied. I
Jimmy
take it back.
Cousins will
So you lying
decide
on the
that.
stand.
Big Quay and Mr. King, no need to argue. We do have coming cousin jurors over here that decide the fate of who's right and who's wrong. Before we get into the jurors, Jamie said we need to have a tap break. I'm with Jamie. Big Jamie, I don't know her, but I do. Let's tap the damn screen all the way up to 900K, and then we'll only have a little bit left. 1 milli, let's go. Make sure y'all gift the panelists. This is the jury fees. Are there any jurors that are not up here that needs to make sure that they have closing arguments? Do y'all see anybody?
May I ask you one question? Is the question that we're wondering is does Drop have a reason to maybe be upset about the competition?
I would like to know from the audience if they feel as though, and we will talk about it in deliberation before Empress puts up the question, because, Drop is the one that's upset. She's the one that the state of TikTok is suing. She's the one that's crying out. I'm sorry, but the daughter, we haven't heard from the daughter. We need to see the clips. I'm waiting to see the clips. No one has sent me clips. I'm checking my phone. If I don't get the clips, I have to keep moving. Y'all haven't said a blogger. We need to see the clips. 900K us, y'all.
I think Mommy Money might have something, but I also want to say too that if her daughter has 40,000 followers on TikTok and you were wanting that some of the common cousins to come up and be the contestants, and you wanted Manny to be the judge, would it still be fair that your daughter came in and won? Or
respectfully, she didn't come from her page. She came from Drop Queen's page.
I'm aware
so
of that.
I would advise you not to worry about my client.
No, I'm aware
or
of
my
that.
daughter.
So what I'm trying to
My
figure
client's
out
daughter.
is, if she's so pressed about it, why not?
He's
send
not
her
pressed at all. My client is not pressed.
Oh, we've seen her sliding down.
Well, you saw wrong.
Like
you
a-
need glasses.
She's pressed like an old school pair of Levi's. Pressed, starched.
No, I think she would be
cannot get it
unpressed,
on this phone.
like a wrinkled
y'all. I
shirt
have
as a
too much
gamer.
memory. I don't have enough memory, so if anybody has the clips, who's arguing, okay?
You judge. So could you please put a muzzle on her?
Oh,
Well, him as well.
Kevin, give me some big orders. Kevin,
And he just getting away with it.
Do that one thing.
yes, you have. And Mr. King,
We got two
Mr. King, with
things.
that being said, you do owe you John a galaxy. I'm sorry, sir, but we have
Done.
asked.
Thank
that
you.
Where
we
would you
keep
like it
some
to?
decorum. We've asked that we keep some decorum here. Team Facts Over Feelings. Thank you, Nephew Winston. We need 900K, and we're going to get into deliberation from the jurors. Miss Joyce, it looked like you got your final words. These are final words, jurors, of what you've heard here tonight and what you have boiled it down to, who you feel is guilty, if Drop Queen is guilty in this. And because even though they're our final words, we're not the one to make the final decision. So fate is not in your hands. Respectfully. Say what you want. Do what you want to do. Get you some clank clank. Miss Kia, we cannot let you up right now. you will be a part of the after show.
Nicole has the clips.
Erica Nicole, we do need to hear those clips before we get. Could you please come up? That's what I'm saying. Ain't nobody got the clips.
Can I also add that I want to press charges for my pain and suffering for not being able to walk off with my
If she's guilty, we
And
will
I want
get
to
to
counter
that.
press charges as well, Judge.
and I'm counter pressing again.
And I want to
on
counter
Brady.
press them.
How was y'all just getting picked up from the airport together? Is it the Merc up? Oh God. Erica is coming up. Let me separate the pie. Big Quay will I gotta cause I got to save her.
Thank you, Judge.
You finna go in a minute, sir. Merc
I'm gonna be
up.
quiet. I'm gonna be quiet.
Before we hear from the judges, we must show these devastating audience. What we have here is evidence of what we have not yet seen, but what the competition was about. Hey, laugh. Here we go. Let's get into this. My Lord. Get you some clank and some drink with your clank. Bear it, boo. A breakfast bar.
Nitra, let me take it off of the thing so you can see it good. All right.
Yes. I'm getting worried, y'all. This is a good case. My Lord.
Give me 1 second. Let me get on my stand so you can see it. Turn the light on.
Judge, may I say something real quick before she goes?
Yes, you may.
I will say that I am being notified that there might be maybe a conflict of interest. My client and the person who is showing this video absolutely cannot stand each other. So it's being said that she could be maybe edited and chopped and screwed this video. There could be some edits. There could be some edits done to this video that she doesn't like.
Mr. King.
I'll strike
Mr.
her.
King.
Get her down.
Mr. King, I am so sorry to inform you and your client or whoever called that we have to only view. She will not have remarks, but we will have this on the projector. We will be reviewing the projector tonight in the
Even though they're sworn enemies?
Even if there was a prior...
How do we know that this video doesn't have edits on it?
We will know if it's
Look at the words on the screen. I can already see it's edited.
This is from one of the tabloids.
Her two galaxies, y'all.
Period. Hold on, just one at a time, y'all. One at a time, please.
Okay. Is this Queen's daughter?
This is at the beginning. This is where the
It's not even relevant to the case, Judge.
Yes, it is. Make up, sir. We must see this. I haven't seen it. My Lord.
Go back to the board and walk when you walk to the camera. All right.
Okay, they said this is Kelsey. Lord have mercy. God help us.
There we go.
Is that Kelsey?
This is my favorite song.
I can't even see. She's wobbling too much.
That's how you walk into Kelsey. Hey. Kelsey, you gotta hold it up. This is a miracle. Don't catch you slipping up. Don't catch you slipping up. This is a miracle.
Why is her hair pre-parted for knotless braids?
Kelsey.